Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Rescu Academy Reigniting Your Relationship course. In this module I'm going to be talking about the need that we all have for privacy and how that can be interpreted as secrecy, and how we all need to respect our partner's differences. I also want to talk about a very important space in the relationships, which is the space between you. First, let me introduce you to the concept of the human givens. This is the very basic set of needs that we all have, because just at our core we are just animals with clothes on. You may have heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is a very basic set of requirements that we have in order to live. These start with air, water and food, and so do the human givens. Every living thing needs the right nourishment from its environment to be healthy. Every living thing instinctively knows how to go about getting that nourishment. Plants know that they must turn to the sun to be able to produce the chlorophyll they need to make their food, and their roots know to suck up the moisture from the soil. Babies know to seek the nipple for food, and they know how to establish rapport with their primary carers, who will then protect and nurture them. All living creatures have this innate guidance system that enables them to get their essential needs met. Our essential needs and the guidance system are together known as the human givens. These diagrams, which are also in your downloadable course overview, take us through the human givens. The first of the human givens is our needs. These are air, water and food. Security is the second, which is a sense of being safe, in which enables us to live our lives without fear. A sense of autonomy and control over our lives. Attention, receiving it from others and also giving it. We need to have emotional connection to other people through love, friendship, intimacy and fun. And we need to have a connection to a wider community, being part of something larger than ourselves. We need to have a sense of status, being accepted and valued in the different social groups that we belong to. A sense of our own competence and achievement, which ensures that we don't suffer from low self-esteem. And we also need to have a sense of meaning and purpose in our lives, which comes from doing things that are mentally and physically stretching. And privacy, being allowed to have space or time to reflect. And the second of the human givens is the innate guidance system that allows us to get our needs met. This includes our autonomous nervous system, which monitors our breathing, temperature and intake of food and water, and our memory and the ability we have to add new knowledge to our innate knowledge, and the ability to learn and remember. We have the ability to build rapport, to empathize and connect with other people, and we're born with this powerful imagination to aid problem solving, which can go out of control and act against us. We are born with the ability to think things out, to analyze, plan and adapt, and we have the ability to understand the world unconsciously through our brain's unconscious tendency to pattern match. And the ability to step into our observing self, the ability to take a helicopter view of our lives and see it in perspective, existentially. And we have the ability to dream and thereby discharge any unexpressed, emotionally arousing expectations, so that we can face each day refreshed. So these needs and innate resources together give us the human givens. They're built-in patterns or biological templates which direct our actions and responses. If a person is thriving and having their needs met in an appropriate balance, they cannot suffer from anxiety, depression, or addiction or any other emotional disorder. So, as you can see, being allowed to have privacy is a fundamental human need. And if our partner does not allow that, we become anxious, depressed, or act out in some other way that will put stress on the relationship. However, this desire for privacy, which is completely normal, can be interpreted as secrecy. Each couple needs to decide on their own particular rules for privacy, and to do that, an underlying mutual respect is essential. This respect is what guides them in deciding how much privacy to allow each other. It frequently depends on the amount of privacy that you were given as a child and what was normal in your family of origin. For example, those whose parents intruded into their bedrooms as teenagers, who didn't allow them any space or privacy, will find it harder to accept a more liberal approach in which their partner gives and expects greater privacy, time and space. Somebody who expects to be told every inner thought and action of their partner can easily begin to feel excluded and or paranoid when their partner wants to keep conversations with other close friends confidential, or be able to have a night out with their close friends without their partner and not to have to report back. For some people, it's sufficient to have a drawer or a book where they can keep their private thoughts and items and know that no one is going to go there. That can satisfy their need for privacy. For others, it's necessary to know that absolutely everything about the other in order to feel relaxed. Do you remember what we were saying in modules 4 and 6 about maximizers and minimizers, turtles and hailstormers? Well, the same dynamic can show up around issues of privacy too. The maximizer in the relationship craves openness. So they ask lots of questions, frequently to learn more about their partner. When their questions are not sufficiently answered, they feel emotionally distanced and rejected. The minimizer in the relationship is more private. Meanwhile, the more private person, the minimizer, feels suffocated and resentful under such scrutiny and pulls back. This withdrawal prompts their maximizing partner to demand more disclosure. This dynamic just leads to more distance and frustration and can play out with fireworks if infidelity is involved or if the partner suspects it. Couples can work through these types of differences and find comfortable privacy boundaries by showing genuine concern and respect for each other's feelings. Do you want to know more about what your relatively silent partner is thinking? To do this, resist the urge to keep asking them and instead let them know how their silence is affecting you, such as leaving you feeling lonely. Your partner might respond by sharing a bit of what they are thinking, including their need to be alone with their thoughts. I've added a privacy dialogue to this module for you to use and practice with your partner. These type of conversations, if you make them a habit, can help you develop an appreciation of each other's thoughts and feelings and create a way of communicating that is comfortable for both of you. This is how you develop a reignited, conscious, connected relationship.